Okay, so welcome everybody to today's online Massachusetts Haves and Wants marketing session. Hopefully we'll have some more of your colleagues join us as we go on. To the extent that I have links to your listings, I'll be able to show them. You can put them in the chat if you want. So today's agenda is to introduction, which we didn't record, but everybody who is here so far has told us a little bit about themselves. Before we get into the wants, Frank Bertolino was telling me that best practices during one of these sessions is to get the ball rolling by asking if anybody has buyers with cash looking to spend. So if anybody has a buyer with cash who is that's burning a hole in their pocket, please let us know, and we'll keep that in mind as we go through the other listings today. Anybody want to raise their hand and speak about a cash buyer? Okay. How about exchanges? Anybody have anybody who's looking to do a like-kind exchange or has a 1031 need? All right, we're 0 for 2 so far, but other than that, so far so good. So let's then jump into wants and find out about what types of real estate your customers are looking for and what you are assisting them with. And Michael, why don't you get the ball rolling with that?
Sure. With this particular client of mine, I'm working with Frank Bertolino, by the way, and we have a client, a high hazard manufacturer. They utilize radioactive materials in their manufacturing, and they're looking for a standalone building between 15 and 20,000 square feet. In a zone that would permit a high hazard use within a 50-mile radius of Wilmington. And that radius does not include New Hampshire. Their license is only allowed in Massachusetts. And we've been looking for about a month and a half. And we actually have a couple of possibilities for them, but it's a multi-tenant building. And but because of their use, because of their high hazard nature of their operation, they really want to be in a standalone building. And it's been tough because we can find the building that fits their criteria, but it's in a zone that does not work without major heartache or the fact that it probably wouldn't be allowed even if we went for a variance. So it's been a tough search for us, and so we're looking for that. And the thing is, they'd rather lease than own, although they would entertain a lease to own scenario. They're looking for a minimum of a 10-year lease with at least 2 5-year options after that. So it's a good long-term tenant, and we're hoping that we can find something that will accommodate them.
Oh, it's an interesting requirement, and I can see why it is so challenging. I mean, industrial alone in most markets is very scarce, and the one that will allow high hazard use is too challenging. Anybody have anything that would work for Michael's use, or know what direction to point him in? All right. Oh.
Michael, would you ever type in the chat box the best contact information for you? I know you can say it out loud too, but it would be great if you're able to type in the chat so everyone can jot it down if needed.
Yeah, I'll if I can find a chat box here.
Yeah, if you say it out loud too, I can do my best to annotate.
I'll say it out loud. It's
all right.
My cell number 603-540-7106, and my email address is michael@haveandwants.com. It's CastagnaConsultingGroup.com. It's long, sorry. CASTAGNA consultinggroup.com, all spelled out. And
I'll put it in the chat, and I have your email address since you signed up, so no worries.
yeah. And then obviously I'm working with Frank, so you can contact either one of us, and hopefully we can find something.
Yep. Well, you're in good hands with Frank. Hello, Justine. Welcome to.
Hi.
Justine Snyder has joined us as well. And Justine, you missed the introductions before, but if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business, that would be great.
Hi. Well, my business is making me late to the game this morning. I just came back from a vacation in the Vermont mountains, and you know, as realtors, when you go on vacation, that's when everything starts to happen, everything. So, excuse me for being a little bit late, but I am Justine Snyder with Fine Properties. I operate in Massachusetts, and I'm seeing a lot of leases available and lease space available out there now. I have some of my own, and we can talk about our haves and wants later, but glad to be here today.
I'll tell you, early in my career as a broker, I canceled the vacation because I thought for sure one of my closing was going to happen, and of course it didn't. And I learned from that, never change vacation plans because of a deal. So I'm sure we all have stories, one way or the other on one side of that issue, if you've done it long enough. All right. So let's see. Julia is, by the way, if you want, you should keep an eye on the chat. Julia is putting messages and contact info in there as we go along. So I guess we got Michael want, and anybody else want to raise their hand with a want? Jennifer, do you have anything you're looking for?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.
To step in for him, so I'm stepping in with just my property that we want to highlight today. I don't really have a need. You guys have their own list, I guess.
Property that you want to talk about? Beth, you have?
I do actually. I have a property I'd like to talk about.
Okay. Well, you do have a property you want to tell us about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to the have.
I'm not sure if it was the time of the police.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there in a moment, or not soon. Beth, do you have any wants that you would like to share with the group today?
Nope, just some haves.
Okay, and Jim? Oh, you're muted, Jim. Hold on, we can't hear you yet. Let me unmute. I'm sending.
No, I'm all set with that right now. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And Justine, we didn't miss a want, did we?
No, not today. Thank you.
Okay. So, all right. Well, in that case, we're moving right along and into the haves. Tell you what. Let's start with you, Jennifer, since you're all queued up with a have.
And David, I see Jennifer's listing for Dave Ellis in the chat to you.
Okay, got it. I think it's medical space.
Yep, that's the one, right? Yep.
At 163 Living Industrial. We actually assisted the buyer in the purchase of this property at the end of 2018. It was a great sale. Everyone was super excited about it. The owners were super excited about it. Now they've done some renovations and they're ready to lease out their 3 spaces. We have 3 spaces plus the entire building for lease. So there's suite 301, so 2,500 square feet, and then they go up to about 3,500 square feet. But again, they're divisible down to that lowest number of 3,460 or the 2,520 square feet. That they all.
But you know what, Jennifer, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Is anyone else?
Yeah, I am.
Sorry, I have my headphones in. Maybe I gotta turn them up.
That's okay. You know what I might suggest? I'm gonna type in the chat the call-in number, and then maybe we can come back to this because I don't want to have everyone
Yeah, we'll come
want
back.
to hear you. So I'm gonna send you the call-in number.
Thanks.
Very
Thank you.
No
okay.
problem.
Now, hold on. I think Beth, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, I think we have a link to your listing. 30
This
grand.
is my new one. This went live last night. This is a 2-family. Each unit has 3 bedrooms. It's located like less than 1/10 of a mile away from Back Beach. It's right there, as you can see with the arrow. The second floor unit has 3 bedrooms. Oh, this is the, let's say, master or the owner's unit. And it is located, like I said, right near Back Beach, walking distance to Front Beach and walking distance to Bearskin Neck, which is Rockport's just thriving business community, artist community, and restaurants. We're about to get to the second floor apartment. This is the master bedroom. And it has a balcony off of the master bedroom that overlooks the Rockport Harbor, which is right there. And that's up off of the 4th floor, and that's the 4th floor bathroom.
How many bedrooms in the apartment?
Both units have 3 bedrooms. The owner's unit has 2 floors, and the renter unit has 1 floor. It made just under $30,000 in vacation rentals last year. This is an office space that's on the 1st floor, sort of the finished basement area.
Got a window, so it doesn't feel like a basement, it looks like.
Sorry. And here you go. This is the rental unit. And so this is quite popular, especially with families, because it has that 3rd bedroom. So if you have 3 kids or more, you can fit them. That's the little TV area and master bedroom. And it does have water views, though this photo doesn't show it. And there are 4 fireplaces. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a trundle.
A 4-season home, sounds like.
Yes, it's a 4-season home. And the perennial gardens are amazing. They're the backyard is sort of, well, hence Rockport. The backyard is a lot of granite rocks, and the gardens are built into the rocks.
Wow. I guess there's a reason it's Rockport.
I'm sorry?
I guess there's a reason it's called Rockport.
That's right. There's a reason why it's called Rockport. Yep. And it's maybe 2/10 of a mile from a nice walking path that leads to a couple quarries, including Steel Derrick, which is pretty popular.
And how much?
Also, the marina is within walking distance.
What are the real estate taxes here?
I'm sorry?
How much are the real estate taxes?
The real estate taxes, let me look that up. Last year was $6,258.
So you're making money on the 30,000 of income.
Yes, most definitely. Yep. And so all the gardens are sort of built in around these steps that meander up into the woods. And those are my paddle boards.
Very nice.
And then I have another unit sorry, another building on Bearskin Neck. Do you have that one?
I'm pulling that up right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Can you see the pictures?
That's it. So the first floor right now is currently rented to a cupcake. It's called Rockin', as in rock and roll, Rockin' Cupcakes. They also sell ice cream. It is in the heart of Bearskin Neck. It has views of the Motif #1, which is a very famous landmark here in Rockport, and it has ocean views. That's where it's located, right on the neck, literally right in the middle of the neck. It's across from, if anyone knows, Rockport Top Dog, which is a hot dog place that everyone loves to frequent. For example, all of their hot dogs are named after dogs. The Golden Retriever has macaroni and cheese on it. So it brings a lot of people to that business. And then of course to this one, to my building, because people go there for ice cream or cupcakes after. This is the second floor apartment, which again brought in $29,000+. It's being sold as turnkey, and 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. That's sort of that's the living room / dining area. The kitchen was completely redone with stainless appliances. You got a peekaboo view of that there. And that's the side view.
Is that new kitchen?
There's the kitchen. There we go.
And this
Is the
yeah.
business for sale as well?
Yep, they're both for sale. And so this is, again, 2 units, and the downstairs unit has a lease on it until May 30th of next year. So if somebody is looking at this to put their own business in, they'll be able to do it for next year's summer. If they're looking at it as an investment opportunity, the current business has been there. I've owned it for 11 years and I inherited them. So they're well established and they do wish to stay. So if you have somebody who's looking for an investment opportunity, they would love a longer lease.
In just the building though, the Rockin' Cupcakes business itself is not for sale, correct?
Correct.
It's just a lease, okay.
Yep.
And
So that's
What
it.
is
Any other
the
question?
What's the lease for the cupcake place? I know that you said the bedroom.
Yep.
The apartment is,
The cupcake place is $1,700 per month, and I have them pay double, so $3,400 during the 6 months that they're the most busiest, so that they don't have to
okay.
have issue in the winter.
oh, interesting. And do they
Clever.
The residential apartments, are those year round or are they seasonal?
It's only one. At that particular building, there's only one,
Yeah.
and yes, it is year round.
Okay.
There's a couple colleges nearby, Gorton College and Endicott College, where I've tried to get teachers, professors, students to rent during the 9 months, which they're happy to do because they only want 9 months. So they're excited that they don't have to sign a year lease. And then that way you get in an additional, $1,500 for those 9 months that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Instead, you
Right.
get people trickling in.
Right.
Yeah, but it is solidly booked through August, and September right now is booked on the weekends.
Oh, very good. And it's for sale for $625,000.
Yes.
And
Yes, and so this is a really busy district, a nice walking area. Kind of think an artist version of P-Town. It's very small, quaint fisherman shack buildings, and people just come from all over to just walk the neck.
Yeah, let's go to
They had
the,
a great one they were renovating last summer, I think it was. It was the red one right behind there, I think. It's just the tiniest little building, but it's great. It's a great area. It's really packed in the summer.
Yes. Thanks. Yeah, I love it.
I went up there on the 4th of July just to drive around and look at how beautiful it was. And I didn't even get out of the car because of the crowds and, everything going on. But it was like, it was worth it even just to drive around.
Absolutely. You should have texted me.
For the 4th of July.
That's true.
What's the parking situation?
So
Rough.
the first building I showed you has 5 spots. And the second building, the one on Bearskin Neck, does not have any of its own spots. But there is resident parking, 2 lots on Bearskin Neck for resident parking. And then there's several others walking distance from downtown, but there are 2 on Bearskin Neck itself.
Thank you.
And so what I do with my vacation tenants is there's a secret street not too far away called Pleasant, and it allows on-street parking, and it's 3/10 of a mile walk back. So that's where they just unload their stuff, go park the car, and then they walk back. And unless you have plans to go on a whale watch or you wish to go to dinner in Gloucester, everything is literally out the door. There's kayak rentals, there's everything you would need.
I have a question. I was going to write in the chat the secret street, and I was looking on my phone. Is it Pleasant Street or Pleasant Road, or is that the trick?
It's that's a trick. You have to rent it to get that. No, I'm kidding.
No.
It is street, I believe, but I will double check that for you. It is off of Mount Pleasant. If you're looking on the map, it's off of Mount Pleasant. And actually, on either direction, when you're on Mount Pleasant, you'll have. I can't think of off the top of my head what's to the left, but Pleasant is to the right, and both allow on-street parking for free. Don't tell any locals I told you that. Anybody have any other questions? Thank you, then. Thank you.
all right, thank you very much. All right. Looks like we had Nicole Vadnais join us while I wasn't paying attention. So welcome, Nicole. Would you like to introduce yourself to the group here?
Sure. My name is Nicole Vadnais. I'm with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm an investor as well as a realtor. And so I, the moment, have been more I came onto the call today just to see what was going on and to get some motivation, because I haven't been working as hard this summer as I should be. So that's my goal for today, is just see what's out there, what's going on, and get some connections and see if there's anything interesting any of my investors might be interested in.
12 o'clock.
So, Nicole, what part of the Massachusetts market are you most active in?
Most active in Western Mass. So Springfield area and around, although I do end up in Boston sometimes too. So.
Got it. All right. Thank you. And do you have do you have any client requirements that you want to share with the group today?
Not at the moment. I had some investors who were looking for like multifamilies, but it really sometimes it just depends on the opportunity to say, oh, I know who's looking for that. So right now, like I said, my mom just came back from surgery. So I have been playing contractor in the house and working with her. So I haven't really been doing as much with the real estate side. That's why I wanted to jump on a call today, just so I could get some touch base with some other people who are working more actively than I, and just to see what is out there so I can connect with some of my people to have a reason to call them.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you. And hopefully, this great group of people can motivate you here.
Yeah.
So let's see, Jennifer, looks like you've called in now. Is that correct?
I did. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, much better.
Yes.
And let me go
Put
back.
my eyes back on.
Let me go back to.
So just to recap, again, this property, we assisted the buyer in their purchase back at the end of 2018. It's at 163 Libby Industrial Parkway in Weymouth. It's a medical office building. It has 3 suites, or you can lease the entire building. Individually, they run between 2,500 to 10,000 square feet, except for Suite 303. That's a straight 3,197 square feet. It's a beautiful building. They just did some renovation on it. They bought it, did renovation. Now they're leasing it. It's really close to Route 3. It's in a business park location, so you have, plenty of opportunity there as far as visibility if you wanted your logo up there instead of Gale. Let me see, what else? It's subdividable, can be built to suit. There's a variety of professional and medical office uses. It has security card access, updated LED lighting, updated common areas, access to park amenities, including a drive-through ATM and other medical professionals in the area. As I said, the building has 3 units that are for lease, but you could also lease the entire 10,000 square foot building if you had a need for that. That'd be appropriate for it. It's really a great building. It was a great way. We liked being able to get that for our buyer.
It looks really nice.
Obviously, he's an investor.
All right.
Jennifer, should people reach out to Dave or to you as follow-up?
Yeah, I would definitely follow up with Dave. I can give
Right.
you the same information. You'd probably get me on the phone a lot faster than Dave. He's usually on the road. But I can get you any information about it if you need it.
Is the 781 number the best phone number?
Yeah, that's the best.
All right. Well, thank you. It's a beautiful building, and medical is certainly very hot these days. And
Especially in this area in Weymouth. We're so close to South Shore Hospital. It's maybe only an exit away from this, I believe, from this, well, it's in Weymouth, but it's an exit down. Weymouth is pretty big. And South Shore Hospital is right there on Route 18, right off the highway. So we have a lot of medical professionals in the immediate area within a half hour anyway to get to the hospital if they need to.
all right. Well, it's a good piece of real estate. And Julia, by the way, is putting people's contact information in the chat should you want to get in touch with anyone. And Justine, let me go pull up 50 Southwest Main in Douglas for you.
Should we show off Justine's great profile first?
Hang on, well, here. Okay, let's do that. So one of the things that we encourage people who are on Quantum Listening to do is to spend a little bit of time developing your profile. So what does that mean? That means adding a picture. So Justine did that. Adding a bio. And then, of course, adding any business-related social media links that you have and your website. The reason we think it's important to add these things is that when Google crawls websites looking for content, the more content you have, the higher your page is going to rank. And so I haven't checked, and we can check in a moment to see if we were to Google Justine Snyder real estate, whether she would show up, her Quantum Listing profile would show up on the first page. I'm feeling, like I'm ready to accept a little danger today, so maybe we'll do that. But you can see that she added LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then one of the other neat things you can do with your profile, which I'll do right now here, is that you can share it to your social media. So I'm going to share Justine's profile to my LinkedIn page. And I'll tag her so she can reshare it if she wants or like it. There we go. And you can see it just takes a moment. All right. Not very, and then we'll add a hashtag. LinkedIn gives you hashtag suggestions sometimes. Okay, what is this? All right, so just not to take up too much time. Hang on. And here, the post buttons over here. Oh, I forgot to tag you. Sorry, Justine.
You can edit it.
Okay, I'll edit it. Here we go. Thank you, Julia.
Thank
Not tweet. Once it's tweeted, it's done. It's there forever.
There you go.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that was just a little expert trick. By the way, we're having a we just started a quantum listing rewards program. And if you share your profile to social media the way I just did, you get credit towards the referral program. Oh, Julia added a link to the article. Oh, actually,
Sneak peek for the webinar tomorrow. This is a little commercial. Sorry, guys. But that's the link tomorrow. If you want to join us at 3 p.m., we're doing a webinar where we're going to show you how to join the rewards program. There's really no reason not to join because you do 2-minute tasks like what David just did, and then you get points. And when you get enough points, you get rewards. And there's not really any cost. So it's just kind of a fun thing. And then we're going to make a leaderboard because, like David said, we know you guys are all competitive. And who doesn't want to be on the leaderboard? So anyway, let's show Justine's listing.
Thank you for that, because I know that all that social media stuff is really important, and it's not my bailiwick, and I need help, and I need like some nudging to do that type of things. So thank you for that.
So you see this little pop-up that comes just if you do have listings on our site, after 15 seconds, people get that pop-up just so that they get goaded a little bit to contact you for more information. There's also a button right here at the top that people can click if they want. And of course, they can just click on your email address or call you too. So lots of ways for people to get in touch. All right, so Justine, tell us about this incredible property in Douglas that you are representing.
All right, thank you. So this property is in Southwest Main Street in Douglas, and it's a really unique property that I'm presenting today because for 2 reasons. I want to show you that we have this, and maybe you might know someone who's interested in it, but also nudging some of you other fellow brokers and investors of like how best to market this. And what we have is an estate, an exquisite estate with 34 acres. It has a caretaker's house and a private 19-acre pond. The house is designed a Frank Lloyd Wright type of resort type. It is also an arboretum, and it has a lot of rare animals on it, like albino peacocks and all the rest of them I can't even pronounce. But just exquisite grounds. And it also has beside it a 28 acres of, of somewhat improved land that could be developed or not. That's the lake, it's Morse Pond, but they have a private dock and they actually own it and pay taxes on it. So there's opportunities to do different things with that when it's a kind of a unique thing to be able to own a pond like that. He lets some of the neighbors use it, but my mind goes to, you could also, charge to use it. Has an infinity pool, as we could see in the picture there. And the grounds are just really beautiful. some of the trees are rare and brought in from different areas. So to the degree that they have grounds, the property requires a full-time groundskeeper. So another curious thing of it is so out in the middle of nowhere that it's so very private. So it's very, very private. People would like that. But Douglas only has like one small restaurant in town that's often closed and has odd hours. And it's a little bit off the beaten path. So this resort is being offered for $1.75 million, which I think is a bargain. And the other associated 28 acres of fairly flat land that could be developed by a developer is going for $750,000. Now, some people were saying last time I put this up and talked about it on one of our haves and needs meetings is that maybe this would be good for an athlete. And I said, yeah, that is good. And I ended up finding a gym where some of those people work out and was able to put like a flyer thing on the wall of the gym there. But I'm also interested in hearing from you, like who might be interested in this. I've also approached Tower Hill Botanical Gardens and
The place is beautiful.
Yeah, isn't it? Hey, make an appointment to see it just so we can both go out there, hang around for a while. It's just really, it's stunning. But like,
I can tell you that Tower Hill does something that's great there. It's they do small weddings. It's under 100. They do small weddings. That's the first thing I was thinking. If you're saying it's a resort, you could have it as a wedding venue. So you could even talk to bigger venues. I have a friend of mine that's looking to do an Airbnb. He's a chef, and he's trying to get out of the chef business and wants to buy an Airbnb not an Airbnb, a bed and breakfast, and do his own, catering on site. So, like those intimate dinners type thing. You could go for a chef or a restaurant company that might want to purchase something as a sister property to their a bustling restaurant that we don't have right now, but something open air. So you could cater it to chefs in the area
so much
who if they wanted to invest something to use their catering skills. It looks like a beautiful wedding venue.
Yes.
The good creative solution. Oh.
And then
go ahead.
Like, how do you get a hold of say these athletes? Like, I don't know I'm just not hanging out with them. They're not in my social circle. So I thought, well, they work out, they're athletes. So I thought, but where else would I even start to find out where I could market to them? Does anyone know that?
Well, maybe through their agents. Are there like a leading sports agent in the greater Boston area?
That's worth a try. Not opposed to picking up the phone and doing some legwork.
Let's see if we can watch.
Should we send the link? Because I think last time it was hard to see.
You're good. Yeah. So we'll send the video so that I guess there's a lot of lag time and latency when you show videos on GoToMeeting. So but it was quite spectacular. If you're not impressed enough already, that was pretty special. All right.
Universities too, but their budgets are just so crazy and unsure right now that, I was thinking that a lot of universities sometimes have these off-site kind of areas where they have the meetings and everything, and the price is right. So keep this please in the back of your mind, maybe to stir up some activity on this. I would greatly appreciate it.
And
I know Harvard University has a lot in the middle of construction, abandoned buildings in the Brighton area. They're just all dotted around. They just keep buying building after building, and they're just expanding their footprint. But they might do something like a retreat. You can speak to the churches as a retreat.
Their budgets are kind of.
Great ideas. Jennifer, I'm so
Their
glad.
budgets are fine, trust me. They just got a whole surplus of money for a group that doesn't pay taxes. So don't worry about their budget.
All right.
That's a lot of great ideas. Okay, Jim, we just, Beth Elmer said she had to drop off, but she says thank you, everyone, and please message her if there's anything she can help anybody with. Jim, do you have anything that you're marketing that you'd like to talk about?
No, not right now. Maybe at the next meeting I'll have a couple, but right now I just wanted to see what the group was all about.
Okay, terrific. All right.
Speaking of, before we sign off, I know we're going to show one or two of Frank's listings, and I think Michael is able to speak to those because he's the project manager. But I will type in the chat when the next meeting will be, just so you guys can mark your calendars now. But I believe we're doing them the 4th Tuesday of every month. So that would be August 25th. And feel free, I mean, this isn't set in stone. We're trying to keep it consistent, but if you guys think the end of August is going to be too crazy with back to school ? And the end of the month with rents due, everything, feel free to share your feedback, and we are happy to pick a different date. But for now, it's August 25th at 11:30.
All right, so Michael, I'm going to pull up the medical building in Salisbury. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, I think Frank, actually, I heard the last month, and I think he brought this to that. I've been working along with Frank with the current owners that want to flip this thing. It's been fully permitted. It's 3 stories. It's, I believe it's approximately 10,000 square foot total project. It's set up as a condo. The configuration at each floor really is wide open until we get somebody that either wants a complete floor, more than one floor, or a portion of a floor. All options are available at this point. It's a build to suit. What we're really looking for right now is a developer to be the master developer of this project. Frank is the listing broker. I think he said last month when he brought this, we did have 2 potential buyers that are in the medical field, but when COVID hit, they just ended up going away. Their practice suffered greatly and could no longer follow through with it. So it's back out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be a build spec, but once shovel goes in the ground, my experience has been, everybody kind of comes out of the woodwork, and it's a great location. It's right in Salisbury Square, and great visibility. There are new housing units being developed behind it. So it's almost a live, work, play type of scenario that could be generated through this thing. And but it doesn't necessarily have to be medical. It really could be any type of business. The original concept on the first floor was retail. And we've since kind of gone away from that and made it all pretty much business condo type of scenario. So we have a couple of interested parties, but nobody's really bellied up to the bar yet. So it's the possibilities and the is kind of wide open at this point.
Thank you. That was great, and it's certainly the plans are beautiful. And these other buildings next to it are residential, Michael?
Those are residential. It's slowed down. I have no idea why. The land was all contiguous. It was segregated. And there is an easement through our site in order to get utilities back. That goes through the parking lot, not a big deal. But I know it all been graded. The site work had been completed. I haven't been around there for a while, so I don't know if foundations have gone in the ground, but I know they haven't started building yet. So, once things get going, it'll be a nice contiguous type of property.
And is this well and septic or town sewer and water?
All town water, sewer, gas.
Great. Town gas, that's fancy stuff. We don't have that in my town. Great. Excellent. All right. So does anybody else have anything that they would like to share with us today? Raise your hand or put something in the chat. Let me know. And in the meantime, while we're figuring that out, we can see what the newest listings in Massachusetts are on Quantum Listing that you and your colleagues have added.
Since we have you guys and you guys get priority because you showed up today, what are the thoughts on doing our next session Tuesday, August 25th? Do we think that's too late in August to do something, or is it going to be okay because people are kind of back in action? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Works for me.
Alrighty, it's sold.
All right, well, the Edwards team has added this listing. It was updated just yesterday, so it's definitely a fresh listing. And it's a restaurant and bar with a 2-family dwelling as well in Tewksbury. So
we have something similar. Trying to think of, I think it's in Pembroke, a restaurant bar.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant bar it's right on a lake, a little pond, with an adjoining 2-family property.
So how far is Pembroke from Tewksbury? My Massachusetts geography.
Pretty far. We're on the East Coast.
Uh-huh.
So, the eastern side of Massachusetts. So
Is it 300 Center Street?
I think so.
Okay, I think I found it. Oops. Oh yeah, I sent it in the chat. If you click on that.
Got it. Okay.
Waterfront restaurant.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's always a good opportunity. You could live on where you work, basically, especially now.
So
Now, I have a guy he has a restaurant in downtown Providence, and since he didn't have curbside or ability to take out, he's a very renowned chef, is looking for some place. He was looking at Boston properties, really of the mindset that he needs to have a takeout because he doesn't think that this COVID thing is done yet and that there's going to be other rounds of it. So he really is looking for a different thing. He was looking at downtown Boston, but I don't know, maybe entertain the idea of a waterfront place.
We have a lot more room than Boston, obviously. If you look at, I've seen some news reports where they have people on in the North End eating in the street, and cars are driving by. They're saying there's a rat population that is now coming to, ask for treats or scraps at the tables, which is gross. If I'm going to pay $200, I'm not going to be in the street of Boston, sitting in the street with cars. So anyways, that's Boston. There's really no real estate there as far as parking or outdoor seating. You're on the sidewalk. But the further south you go, there's plenty of space for the pickup, eating outside, the outdoor dining option gets a lot greater. So
has anyone been to the North End or seen pictures of it right now? It's like the outdoor dining. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't exactly look like doesn't look too remote, really. It's kind of like being in Italy.
You're so close. You do have a Jersey barrier, but I think I don't know. There's traffic, and the exhaust alone, I can imagine is. I mean, I've seen outdoor dining on Mass Ave, that kind of thing, but it's not your Jersey barrier. You can't just reach over and open someone's car door. I just can't imagine having dinner in the North End. How romantic.
Yeah. Huh, interesting.
Too bad, because they're great restaurants and they're all empty.
I know in like some cities they are, just closing some streets at certain times of day so that the restaurant can do that. I guess the North End people got to get places through. So
Yeah, and you have the residential area though above it. There's the restaurant, and then you have several apartments above it, and they're all complaining that they're open too late. There's too much noise, and the outdoor music and things like that. So it's really tough. But that's a beautiful spot. There's the restaurant there is right on I think it's 53.
Center Street.
You could have, I don't believe there are pictures of the two-family with this listing, but it's right beside it.
Worth a discussion for sure. Oh.
Pembroke is, let's see, again, right.
David's a New Englander.
Yes,
Jennifer's number in the chat or something. I know there's Dave's, but she said she's more likely to answer the phone. That's
Yeah.
why.
Not because he doesn't want to.
Well, I reached him today, but then he told me to call Jennifer, so.
All right, what's Jennifer's
See,
number?
I can get my hands on it faster than he can.
All right.
Are you typing in your number, Jennifer?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So let's go back and see what else we got. There we go. So, well, let's see. I'm going to, I'll rattle off the names, and if anybody wants me to show more about any of these, let me know. We got on Marlborough Street, office for lease Glen Street in Marlborough, Massachusetts. We have more office for lease in Medford, Braintree, in a tech park in Marlborough. Tewksbury office and Newton office and Dedham, a lot of office. I think these come from our syndication partner at Sharp Launch from different companies in downtown Boston on Federal Street and Lancaster Street. But just in case you want to know how many active listings we have in Massachusetts, right now it's 416. It's a good start, but please tell your friends about Quantum Listing so we can increase that number for next month.
Yeah, we do have a referral program too. So if you do refer somebody who joins, we will add time onto your membership. And something that we're adding actually for people who don't have listings is we're adding a way for you to actually show what you're looking for. You can almost create something similar to these little listing cards that will say you're looking for, space here, you're looking for an office space with these requirements, and you'll be able to broadcast it on your profile. So our site is definitely relevant to everybody, regardless of whether you have listings yourself. And this new feature will be coming very soon. We're excited for it.
All right, so it is now 12:30, and I know that everybody's time is very valuable. If anybody wants to say anything else before we say goodbye, please let's do it now. We can also pause the recording and just have some general networking. And of course, I want to thank all of you for participating today. We will be sharing the video for this on our site. It'll be posted on YouTube and you'll be able to see it. And Julia will have links to all sorts of great stuff on there as well. So look for your email for that, and please share it with anybody you think that it is relevant to, because the more it gets shared, the more hopefully will help everybody. So thank you again, and we hope to see you on August 25th. And I'm going to pause the recording.
Can we see your contact info? I don't know how to reach you.
Whose contact info, Julia?
Yours.
Oh, mine. Oh.
How do we reach you?
Me. Well, it's on David at quantumlisting.com. Oh, wait, hold on. It was private.
You have the slides, the last slide.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Son of a gun. You know. Okay. Here we go. This is, oh, of course, I want to make sure I finish my thank you. So before I get to my contact info, I want to thank the Realtors Commercial Alliance of Massachusetts and Colleen Pappas for working with us to start these sessions with you guys. Obviously, and everybody who showed up today in real time, thank you so much. And Julia, thank you for coordinating everything. If you're not a member of the Realtors Commercial Alliance of Massachusetts, you can go to realtorscommercialalliancema.org and sign up. And I'm sure they would be delighted to have you. And if you want to reach me, you can call me at 914-262-0026 or email me at david@quantumlisting.com. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you in August. Enjoy the summer and stay safe.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.